What's going on, guys? My name is Connor, and this is Amanda.
Hi.
This is just like a beginning podcast. This is our very first recording of, I guess, our podcast. I didn't want to make this like a normal couple podcast or like couple YouTube channel where it's always about like pranks and stuff like that. Just get clickbaits and just make money off of this. It's just kind of just more of a
couple activity, right?
I'm more of talking about our AC that just kicked on.
Oh.
But yeah, just kind of just a talking thing. In my opinion, I would like to actually like grow a community and grow, a following. Have you guys get involved, Q&A sessions, all that kind of stuff. Just as a side hobby, I guess, if you want to say it that way. In the beginning, I'm assuming Amanda won't be talking as much. She is very shy. She loves the idea of having a podcast. She just is a very shy person. So, on that note, this podcast, one, will basically be about, kind of our backstory. Basically like a... Yeah, that's our dogs. Basically just like... How should I word this? How should I word it?
Our life story. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, basically just like our life story and stuff like that. But just to get it out of the way, that way, we're not talking about it down the line. All questions answered that will be asked later, down the line. Why do I keep saying down the line? Will be answered in this video, and that way we don't have to like keep bringing it up and like keep talking about it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'll start because Amanda wants me to start and she wants to follow my lead. Like I said, my name's Connor.
Sorry.
That's our dogs. I guess I can start with like where I grew up. I don't know. Grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. Lived a normal childhood, did normal things. Really nothing too interesting. Did the vacations with the family. I guess my life didn't really get too interesting until I turned 18. With more of like family stuff, but I probably won't get into that. I don't know how personal we're gonna make this YouTube channel, but yeah, level lived a normal life. Nothing really too major. I mean, we went to Wisconsin here, like it's like a vacations and stuff like that. But that's basically it. I mean, high school backup quarterback. I'll be honest, like I was a backup. I mean, it's nothing. I'm not ashamed of it. I loved it. But yeah, really nothing much else to say. Kind of like life kind of started when I met Amanda. Is when that's when I started, taking more adventures and, obviously when you meet, a girl in your later years, you're able to travel and stuff like that. Like you weren't like when you're in high school and stuff like that, meeting and you guys are younger and you can't really travel as much, and go places. So obviously when you get a girlfriend past the age of 18, or in my case, 17, you're able to like go places like the Grand Canyon, California, Wisconsin, and upcoming Vegas.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a little bit of my backstory, I guess. Really nothing too major in my life. Obviously nothing like too personal. It's kind of just like an overview. Obviously, if you guys want to know more, fully willing to talk about it more. But now, Amanda's time is up.
Amanda's time is up.
Amanda's time is up. I guess that's what I'm saying.
All right, bye guys. Well, I'm Amanda, and I grew up in Glendale, Arizona, and I feel like it can't hear me.
He's gotta talk up. Here. Okay, shut up.
I don't know what to say.
You're fine. This is the very first podcast. Obviously, we really don't have a script in this one. This is kind of just like a free talking based kind of thing. And I'm going to say kind of thing a lot because that's what my kind of thing is to do. So I'm going to kind of thing I say that a lot.
And it just be like that sometimes.
Yeah,
so.
it just be like that sometimes.
So, I mean, I had nothing really exciting in my childhood, I went to school, I played basketball, I did volleyball, I did track. So I really had no time for vacations and all that stuff. And then, met Connor after I turned 18, and it was history from there.
Well, so it seems that, our lives basically, it's so cliche to say, but like didn't start until we met each other. And obviously any couple is going to say that, but it's kind of true with us. Before we obviously were in like shitty relationships. Obviously I was a lot younger than Amanda. I don't know if I should say age.
No ages.
Yeah, no ages.
There's an age gap, but it turns out like our age gap works out for us, and we were friends first for a long time. What?
Yeah, face the mic when you're talking.
Meh.
So yeah, I was younger. I was still in high school. Amanda was out of high school. Like I said, we won't get into age. But I was close enough to age. But anyway, we met through mutual friends, I should say. And she waited for me. Let's be real.
Okay, hold on. No. Let's be real. This one had a crush on me when we first met, but there was a situation at the time, so
yeah,
he was waiting for me to come around and realize that I had feelings for him, and he was very patient.
But anyway, so those situations went away, and we finally decided, she decided to text me and ask me to hang out, just as friends.
That is not how that went.
That's exactly how it went.
I said, "How are you?" And you said, "I don't want to talk about it." And I said, "That's not what I was talking about." And you're like, "Oh, okay. You want to..."
I knew she wanted it.
You want to go to Apple with me? I really need to go to Apple.
So anyway, and we won't get into that part. But, so we finally started dating when I was 18. And... So I finally started dating her when I was 18, and then what? It's not lying. It's fine. Started dating when I was 18. Amanda was older than I was, and as she still is today. I don't know if you guys know that, but started dating, and then obviously like every couple, I guess, we obviously had a rough start. I wasn't the maturest of person. Did a lot of stupid shit, and if S'mores keeps barking, he's gonna irritate me. But anyway, I wasn't mature, and I take full credit for it. Amanda was kind enough, and has such a big heart that she forgave me. And
well, we both made mistakes, and we both were able to stick it out and stay with each other, so I don't want you to say that it was all on you, because it wasn't just you, it was me too. So we just had some maturing to do.
But that, like I said, that was like early on the relationship. I wouldn't say like within 6 months of the relationship, and now we're at almost 4 years. And
way too long.
Yeah, way too fucking long. But I mean, I got kicked out of my house with her.
He lived with me and my mom.
I lived with her mom, and then we got our own apartment, and Buster is drinking out of his bowl, so I don't know if you guys can hear that.
But now we have our own apartment again, and we have 2 annoying dogs that we love dearly.
Kinda.
Some days are better than most.
But, yeah, I mean, when I got kicked out, obviously, being that still a teen and that mindset and stuff like that, I didn't care as much. I was, the rebel child who just like didn't care about being parented and stuff like that. And that obviously has nothing to do with the way I grew up, because I grew up a lot different, but I just, was in that teen mindset and like just didn't care about, family and stuff like that. So yeah, I got kicked out, moved in with Amanda and her mom. And then, a month later, we got our own apartment. Mm-hmm. Very, very shitty apartment.
I a good starter one though. Like it wasn't
It was ghetto.
as bad as
It was
some.
ghetto.
It was ghetto, but it wasn't like ghetto.
Yeah, like it wasn't ghetto, but like it was ghetto.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Anyone from my hood will understand that.
Shut up. But yeah, I mean, like she said, it was a good starter one. Like unfortunately, I was still in college, quote unquote. You know, I guess a backstory of me is that I dropped out of college. More of like took a break from college and less dropped out. Just because I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time. I thought I knew life at 18 years old. And now I'm 20 and I'm still trying to figure it out. So obviously I knew I was a lot more immature back then. But I feel like getting kicked out at 18 definitely like pushed me in the right direction. Even though I did end up dropping out. I've definitely focused more on my life and where my life is going to go. And luckily Amanda's been there with me, supporting me. Why does that sound like I'm crying? I hope it doesn't sound like I'm crying.
He's very emotional, guys. Yeah, let's be real.
My voice is like cracking as I'm talking. But anyway, it was a very good beginning to our relationship. Or not good beginning to our relationship. It was like a very good starter to our relationship. Because before, it was obviously like the high school hanging out kind of thing where you guys, you know, we obviously saw each other a lot. But it wasn't like 24/7 always together. And I know a lot of couples who do, once they move in together, realize that it's just not going to work out. And obviously that's not how it is with Amanda and I. We're very independent, dependent on each other, which is, you know, fantastic. Amanda makes a lot of money, so I can retire soon. So, you know, that's always a plus. But yeah, she's just always been supportive. And I've always appreciated it. And obviously, you know, with me not going to college at the moment, and focusing just on work and stuff like that, she's obviously been a great help. And I try to relay that message back because she's obviously trying to go back to school so I can retire when I'm 30. But, but, you know, I try, and I think we both try, to, you know, help each other out and move forward in our lives. Obviously, I'm still only 20, so I have a lot more life left in me than I think Amanda does. But, like I said, she still has to support me.
It's not that big of an age gap. I'm just pointing that out.
She's like 10 years older than I am.
It's only 3 years, so y'all can do the math yourselves, but I am not an old lady.
But yeah, like I said, this episode, I should say, of our podcast is more of just like a backstory, kind of just talking back and forth amongst each other. For right now, there's no webcam. Amanda said she doesn't look proper enough to be on camera.
Trust me, it's not a sight you want to see anyway. So,
so I hope to have a camera podcast soon. The setup isn't exactly how we want it to be yet, and if S'mores keeps barking, I'm gonna beat your butt. Did you feed him?
Yes, they ate. Remember the clinking?
Oh yeah. The setup isn't exactly how we want it to be yet. We're still kind of working out the kinks and moving around some funds, I guess. I don't know. Is that the thing to say?
I think so. Sounds like the adult thing to say.
Yeah. But it's more of just like trying to find like the right stuff and make sure everything looks good. In the end, we want to because right now we're recording at a desk. And obviously there's a lot of reverb off of the desk stuff. And in the end, we want to record like on the couch and stuff like that. And that sounds awful. We want to record the podcast. You know what? You guys can figure that out. I won't explain it because it's just going to sound worse and worse.
We just want it to be more of like a homey feel than just like of an office feel,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, kind of. So my goal is to make it like she said, like more of a homey feel where we're just talking basically.
Homies.
Yeah, homies. Yeah, 100%, babe. You fucking idiot. But just like sit down, kind of just like talk, and and be like a podcast, but more of like a, I guess, vlog. Could we say like a vlogcast? Is that too stupid?
I was gonna say vlogpog, but that's
Vlogpog.
vlogpog. It's a new thing, guys. It's called a vlogpog. So yeah.
So stupid. But in the end, our lease is up soon, so we hope to get a house very soon, and I think then we'll finally have a studio. We'll do the whole table thing, which is like something that I want to do. Obviously, I have to talk to head honcho, and, get her on board with it. Because I would love more of a studio feel, just because I like the aesthetic kind of. I'm more of an aesthetic kind of person. But
you'll see once we have it set up. Trust me, it's all about the aesthetics.
Aesthetics. But I mean, I don't have anything more to say. Do you have any more things?
No.
Okay. So yeah, that was our first podcast. Let me know if you guys have any questions. If you guys want to ask us anything, let me know how the quality is. Obviously, like I said, we're gonna have video very soon. I would rather record it on an actual camera than a webcam, just for quality reasons. I'm very high maintenance when it comes to that.
Sound like you're gonna cry.
Why does it sound like I'm gonna cry? It's like I don't know, my throat's dry. Anyway.
He's nervous. It's okay.
Yeah. She's burped. All right. I
just spit everywhere.
I know, it's all over me. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Thank you guys
so much for joining in. Right?
Joining in? I don't know. We need to figure out an ending and a beginning to this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For right now, like I said, it's just gonna be audio. We're just gonna have like an overlay picture or whatever. But I'm gonna get to editing.
My stuttering has passed on to Connor, so you'll hear it more from me than you will from him. But every now and then it passes on to him. But I just hope you guys enjoy. I hope I am able to break out of my shell, I guess.
Yeah. This is, like I said, this is more of like us being able to talk, and if someone wants to listen, someone can listen. But this is kind of like almost like a diary. I don't want to say diary. You almost just said it.
I didn't.
You almost just said it.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Oh, triggered.
You haven't said that in so long.
I don't know. It's more of just like a way for us to talk, and if people want to listen and people want to join in, people are more than willing to have people join in. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. We hope to have it on iTunes and what's the other one?
YouTube?
Spotify.
Oh.
Yeah. We hope to have it on iTunes and Spotify very soon. Obviously, we're going to have to record a little bit more podcasts for it to be there. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. And I don't know why I still sound like I'm crying. I promise I'm not crying. You guys will see in the video I'm not crying once we make videos. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Connor. And this is...
Amanda.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.